Welcome. The case for killing Granny. Curbing excessive end-of-life care is good for America. I was a teenage death panelist. And then pull up the ABC News Australia, kids told when they should die, age 11, that you should kill yourself for your carbon footprint. Now, you found news.com.au, one of the big Australian newspapers, but that's not exactly what I was looking for. I wanted to show TV viewers, because we simulcast on the web at prisonplanet.tv. I wanted to show you actual screenshots from the video game and cartoon shown to all Australian school children, where they show bloody cows and pigs being murdered with blood spewing out, literally little baby pigs having their heads cut off to traumatize the children, and they say, see, humans are bad. You must kill yourself. You cannot make this up. How am I supposed to sit here and calmly take this? How am I sit here and have government textbooks by the White House science czar where they brag that they're already drugging our water supply? Now, you guys did a great job in that 4-minute break finding all that. But call Watson back in England. He's one of our chief webmasters, great at finding stuff. I can't remember the exact search term. It's our article. We wrote about it. In fact, Kids Told When to Die, Infowars.com. Add that at the end, because we got screenshots before the Australian government pulled it of teaching the kids how to commit suicide. I want you to see the bloody animals 5-year-olds are shown. They are teaching 5, 6, 7, and 8-year-olds. Oh, it makes me sick. All UN curriculum. You cannot make this up. Do you understand Hitler got all of his ideas from the U.S. and England? Do you understand this is serious? And for those that don't know, I just found the Infowars.com article. ABC website tells kid when they should die. And then we have the screenshots of the bloody dead animals saying that a human creates 24.6 tons of CO2 in their life. By age 11, you must kill yourself. Everybody's got to call into talk radio. Everybody's got to go to their city councils because the UN is in your local city. Those internal documents came out a week ago. They're brainwashing everybody. You've got to go counter these liars. You've got to get involved. You've got to call Congress and say, do not cut Medicare and Medicaid in this health care bill, which the Democrats are doing. I mean, can you believe that conservatives are having to say, don't kill old people? It says the case for killing Granny. They're the ones saying kill Granny. They're the ones. And this is the info war. It's not about left and right. It's about right and wrong. Both parties are controlled by ultra-rich offshore elites. And I didn't even get to it. There's an Infowars.com article that links directly to the UN, where one of the heads of the UN is saying in speeches, we want a world government to reduce world population. We have hundreds of these. This is just a new one we found that was just put out last week by the UN. I was talking to my dad, you know, when he went to college, he was top of his class, and they tried to get him into a program for world government and future leaders, and they said it was all about eugenics, and he said, no, thank you. And then I was over at their house this weekend, and my dad was telling a story about somebody that he knew. He got invited to a party with a bunch of rich elitists, and some of these names you'd recognize here in Austin. And one of them was like, look at this book I wrote about how we should have a one-child policy in America. And he said that was all they talked about at dinner. I mean, this is just everywhere. This is the real world. The rich people are a bunch of spoiled, rotten control freaks that don't like the general public. And they want to make you poor so they can control you. And if they have their way, they want to kill you. You can't trust any of the vaccines, any of the stuff they're pushing. Now, on the banking end, 2 weeks ago, the House committee passed the bill to the full House. They have 311 votes, a supermajority. It's sure to pass. We don't know about the Senate, to audit the private Federal Reserve. And McClatchy Newspapers has now done a 5-part series. They got internal Goldman Sachs documents. Goldman Sachs, the investment bank and brokerage firm, is the most powerful group out of the private shareholders of the private Federal Reserve. They've been chosen in the last 20 years as the management team. Before that, it was mainly J.P. Morgan Chase, to be the Treasury Secretary, to be the Fed chairman, to be the head regulators. The insiders running the government, Clinton, Bush, Obama, a unified program created the derivatives, robbed the public, knew it would destroy the economy. We have their internal documents. They know they've committed these crimes. They know they've stolen trillions. That's why Bloomberg, give me a close shot of this, please, with a document cam. Bloomberg, arming Goldman with pistols against the public. Alice Schroeder wrote this article. And it talks about how in New York City, and now again, Goldman also is a big Democratic Party and one of the biggest supporters of gun control groups that want to disarm the public. So there they are in New York having to get a permit to protect themselves. I just wrote my first reference for a gun permit, said a friend, who told me of swearing to good character of a Goldman Sachs Group Inc. banker who applied to the local police for a permit to buy a pistol. The banker had told his friends of mine that senior Goldman people have loaded up on firearms and are now equipped to defend themselves if there is a populist uprising against the bank. Then it talks about the bank having security guards and machine guns. Again, they want your guns, but they want guns to protect themselves from the public because they're guilty. They know it's coming out. They've engineered a depression. They know the Federal Reserve is on the verge of being audited. They know they run the Federal Reserve. It's just the front, the holding company. And it just goes on here with how they're buying all these weapons against the public and how they reached a $27 billion first 9 months of last year that they got in bonuses alone. I mean, this is just incredible. So again, they're acting like criminals who are scared because they are crooks. This is the head group.